Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Oscar, and in today's tutorial we're going to learn how to crochet the crochet shell stitch top. We already have a tutorial for the matching skirt, so if you haven't watched it out, please go ahead and do so. I'm going to leave a link for the tutorial at the description box below, so go ahead and check it out. So let's get started. The materials you're going to need will be 3.5mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, darning needle, a ring, and a tape measure for your bust measurements, and also yarn. So for the yarn, you're going to use this robin. This is 100% acrylic. It's a Kenyan brand, and you're going to need at least 2 balls of this, but you're not going to finish all of them unless you're making a large or an extra large size. So my ring measures 2.2 centimeters, but if you're doing a large size or an extra large size, go for a 2.6 or 2.5 there. Okay, so let us start. Since you are making a medium size, you're going to place 28 single crochets into our ring, then make our 28 single crochets. The first one is not counted as a stitch, so let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So go ahead and place your single crochets, and I'll meet you at the end. I have made my 28 single crochets. Now go ahead and join with a slip stitch into the first single crochet, this one. Join with a slip stitch that way. Now let's begin on row 1. First you're going to make one side, then when you're done with that you're going to come to this other side. Okay, so let's begin. Let's say on the right side, and then you're going to come to the left side. Okay, so let's start row number 1. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and you're going to place 1 double crochet into the first stitch, this one, chain 1, and go ahead and place 1 double crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, 1 double crochet into the next stitch, chain 1. So just repeat the same process until you have 14 double crochets. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, so go ahead up to 14 double crochets, and I'll meet you at that point. I'm done with my 14 double crochets. Now let's go to row number 2. You're going to chain 2, 1, 2, turn your work, and you're going to place 1 double crochet in each stitch, including the chain 1 spaces up to this one, up to this space, the last space. Okay, so let's do that. I'm done with my second row. So in total I have 28 double crochets. Now let's go to row 3. You're going to chain 2, turn your work, and you're going to place 1 double crochet in each stitch till the end of the row. So go ahead and place 1 double crochet in each stitch, and I'll meet you at the end. I'm done with row 3. Now let's go to row 4. You're going to chain 2, and you're going to repeat exactly what you did on row number 3. Okay, placing 1 double crochet in each stitch until the end of the row, and you're going to repeat row number 3 up to row 10. So go ahead and I'll meet you on row number 10. I'm done with my 10 rows. Now let's go to row number 11. You're going to chain 2, 1, 2, turn your work, and you're going to do a decrease at this point. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the first stitch, pull up a yarn, insert your hook into the next stitch as well, pull up a yarn. Now you have 4 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through 3. Now you have 2, you're going to yarn over and pull through the 2. so that's a double crochet decrease. Now you're going to continue by placing 1 double crochet in each stitch until the end of the row. So continue and I'll meet you at the end. I'm done with row 11. Now let's go to row 12. You're going to chain 2, turn your work, and place 1 double crochet in each stitch till the end of the row. No decreases. I'm done with row 12. Now let's go to row 13. You're going to chain 2, turn your work, and repeat exactly what you did on row 11. Okay, so let's just do that one last time, and then you're going to continue by yourself. So you're going to yarn over and do a double crochet decrease into the first 2 stitches. So insert your hook into the first one, pull up a loop, and insert your hook into the next one as well, pull up a loop. Now you have 4 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through 3, and pull through 2. Now you're going to go ahead and do 1 double crochet in each stitch till the end of the row. And on row number 14, you're going to repeat what you did on row 12. So just go ahead alternating between row 11 and row 12 up to row number 23. Okay, so continue and I'll meet you on row 23. I'm done with my rows. So I did 25 rows in total. I realized 23 rows were a bit less, so I added 2 more rows. So we have 20 stitches at the last row. So now let's go ahead and do our last row where you're going to make the loops for our straps. So you're going to chain 2, turn your work, yarn over, and you're going to skip 4 stitches, 1 2 3 4. Into the 5th one you're going to place your double crochet and go ahead and make 3 more double crochets. That way. Now you're going to chain 5, 1 2 3 4 and 5, yarn over, and you're going to skip 4 stitches, 1 2 3 4. The 5th one you're going to place your double crochet and place 3 more double crochets. That way. Now you're going to chain 5 and place 1 double crochet into the last stitch. That way. And you're going to chain 1 and cut your yarn. I'm done with the first piece, so this is how it should look like. Now you're going to repeat the same thing on this other side. Okay, so you're just going to turn your work and you're going to begin on this side, the side where we did our decreases. So this is the side where we did our decreases, so begin on this side. Okay, insert your hook into the last stitch here, this one, and you're going to pull up a loop that way, and you're going to chain 3, 1 2 and 3, and place 1 double crochet into the same stitch, chain 1, place 1 double crochet into the next stitch. So you realize that you are repeating the first row on this other side, so just go ahead and repeat everything on the other side, and I'll meet you after you are done with that. I'm done with both sides of my work. Now you're going to work on the lower part of the top. So the lower part of the top is the part where we did our decreases. So you're going to go ahead into this point and you're going to attach our yarn at this point. We have 2 stitches here, this one and this one, but both of them has a stitch, okay, but there's still space. So we are going to attach our yarn at one of them. Attach the yarn and you're going to chain 3, 1 2 and 3, and now you're going to work on the next one, this one, It also has a stitch, but we still have a space, so you're going to yarn over and insert our hook into that space and make a double crochet. So this is what we have. So this is row number 1. Now let's go to row 2. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, turn your work, and now you're going to place 1 double crochet into the first stitch. So the chain 3 that you made stands as the first stitch and a chain 1. Okay, so yarn over and make a double crochet into that first stitch that way, chain 1, and you're going to go into this space and you're going to make your double crochet that way. Okay, now let's go to row 3. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, turn your work, and you're going to place 1 double crochet into the first stitch, this one, chain 1, and place 1 double crochet into the chain 1 space, chain 1, and 1 double crochet into the last chain 1 space. So the last chain 1 space is this space, the last space here, because the chain 3 stands as a stitch and also a chain 1 space. Okay, so that is how it should look like. Now let's go to row 4, chain 3, turn your work, and you're going to place 1 double crochet into the first stitch, chain 1, 1 double crochet into this chain 1 space, chain 1, 1 double crochet into the chain 1 space, chain 1, and 1 double crochet into the last chain 1 space. So that was row 1, 2, 3, row 4. So you're going to repeat what you did on row 4 up to row 6. Okay, so make two more rows and I'll meet you at the end. I'm done with my 6 rows, so this is how it should look like. And you're going to cut this yarn, so you're going to chain 1 and cut, and you're going to leave a long tail because you want to join this side to this side, and also it will come to this other side. Okay, so leave a long tail, and let's go to the next step. Now you're going to start by working on the lower part. So you're going to attach your yarn at the second last row here, this one. And remember, you are attaching it on the lower part of the top. So take your yarn and you're going to attach it, chain 2, and you're going to place 2 double crochets into the double crochet space here, 1, 2, go to the next double crochet space and place 1 double crochet and chain 1. Go to the next double crochet space and place 2 double crochets. Go to the next one and place 1 double crochet and chain 1. Okay, so you're doing 2 and 1 and a chain, 2, 1 and a chain. So continue that way up to the 7th row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to this row, and then you're going to jump into this chain 1 spaces, and you're going to continue with the same process, but now placing your stitches in the chain 1 spaces. Okay, after that you're going to go to the 7th row on this side and continue, and then I'll meet you at the end. I'm at the middle point, so I'm just going to go to the next one and continue with the same process. And I'm going to work on the chain 1 spaces only. So continue and I'll meet you at the end. I'm done with the first row. My last stitch was a 1 double crochet, so there's no need of adding another chain 1 because we are at the end. So now let's go to row 2. you're going to chain 2, turn your work, and since you are trying to create a pattern here, you're going to add one more chain, and you're going to skip 2 stitches, this one and this one. Go to the third one and place 1 double crochet that way. Now place 1 double crochet in the chain 1 space and 1 double crochet in the next stitch that way. You're going to chain 1 and skip the next stitch, this one, go to the next one and place a double crochet, go to the chain 1 space and place a double crochet and place 1 double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip the next stitch, and on the next one your double crochet into the chain 1 space and the next stitch that way. Okay, so just repeat this pattern, continue, and I'll meet you at the end here. I'm at the end of the row and I have 2 stitches left, so you're going to do a decrease at the end. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch and into the last stitch as well, and pull through 3 and pull through 2. So that is a double crochet decrease. Now let's go to the third row. You're going to chain 2, turn your work, you're going to place 1 double crochet in the second stitch, skip the first one, on the second one place your double crochet, chain 1, and you're going to skip the next, on the second one place your double crochet, and you're going to place your double crochet in the chain 1 space and also on the next stitch that way, chain 1 and skip the next stitch and skip the next stitch, on the next one place your double crochet and on the chain 1 space and also on the next stitch that way. So you're going to repeat the same thing until the end of the row, and I'll meet you at the end. I'm at the end of row 3, so I have 3 stitches left, this one, and a chain 1 space here. So you're going to skip the next stitch and you're going to do a decrease on the next 2. So pull up a loop, insert into the last one and pull up a loop, and you're going to pull through 3 and pull through all of them that way. So you can see the pattern, how it's coming out. Now let's go to the 4th row. You're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and you're going to skip the first stitch, this one, and go to the next chain 1 space and place your double crochet there, place 1 double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, skip the next stitch, and on the next one place 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet in the chain 1 space and 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so just now keep repeating the same pattern until the end of the row, and I'll meet you at the end. I'm at the end of the row, so I have 4 stitches left, 1, 2, the chain 1 space and the last stitch here. So I'm going to chain 1 and skip the next stitch, and on the next one make a double crochet, and I'm going to do a decrease on the remaining 2. Okay, so yarn over, insert your hook and insert on the last one as well that way, and you're going to pull through 3 and pull through 2 that way. So this is how your work should look like. Now let's go to the next step. So on the next row you're going to do only single crochets, and we need to do a little math on the last row because you want our shells to be even. So you're going to count how many stitches we have first, and then the amount of stitches that you get you're going to minus 4, and the result that you get you're going to divide by 3. Okay, and the result that you get should be divisible by 4. Okay, so let me elaborate that. So you're going to count how many stitches you have first. Mine, I have 81 stitches. Okay, so these 81 stitches I'm going to minus 4 from it Okay, I get 77. So this 77, I want amount of stitches close to 77 that is divisible by 3, and the result I get will be divisible by 4. Okay, so we'll do this plus or minus. Okay, so the closest number on the addition side is plus 7, and the closest number on the subtraction side is minus 5. Okay, so here I get 84, and this side I get 72. So you're going to choose the one that is close to the actual number, and that is 72. Okay, so 72 divided by 3, I'll get 24. Okay, and 24 divided by 4, I get 6. So I'll have 6 shell stitches. So we are going to make 72 plus this 4, that is 76. Okay, so we are going to make 76 stitches, and this 5 we are going to do decreases randomly. So we are going to make 5 decreases randomly. Okay, so let's get to it. So I'm going to do decreases, 5 decreases randomly, and if the number on the plus size was closer to the actual number, I would have done increases randomly. Okay, so go ahead and do yours, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. Chain 1, turn your work, and do your single crochets, and at the end you should have 76 stitches. Okay, so continue, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. I'm done with my single crochet stitches. I have 76 single crochets. Remember, it was supposed to be 81, but we did 5 decreases randomly, and that's why we have the 76 stitches. Now let's go to the next row. Chain 1 and turn your work. Place 1 single crochet into the first stitch, this one. Make 1 single crochet. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and you're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2. On the third one, place a single crochet, chain 3, skip 2 stitches, 1, 2. On the third one, place a single crochet, chain 3, skip 2. On the third one, a single crochet. So keep repeating the same pattern until the end of the row, and I'll meet you after you are done. I'm done with the 6th row. I have 25 loops in total. Now let's go to the next row. You're going to chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to insert your hook into the first loop, and you're going to do a slip stitch that way. Now you're going to chain 1 and make 1 single crochet into that loop that way. Now you're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Place 1 single crochet in the next loop. Now you're going to place 8 double crochets into the third loop. So go ahead and make 8 double crochets. 3, 5, 6, 7 and 8. I have my 8 double crochets. Now let's continue. Into the next loop, you're going to do a single crochet, chain 3. Into the next loop, a single crochet, chain 3, and into the next loop, a single crochet. So you have 2 loops in between. And now you're going to do 8 double crochets into the next loop. 1, 2, 3 and 8. Now you're going to place 1 single crochet in the next loop. So go ahead and repeat the same pattern. The next one you're going to do chain 3 and the single crochet, then chain 3, another single crochet, and then you're going to make a shell. So continue, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. I'm done with this row. So I have 6 shells, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Okay, now let's go to the next row. You're going to chain 1 and turn your work, and you're going to insert your hook into the first loop and make a slip stitch, chain 1 and make 1 single crochet into the same loop. Okay, now you're going to place 1 double crochet into the first double crochet of this one, chain 1 and make 1 double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, place 1 double crochet in the next one, chain 1, 1 double crochet, chain 1. So keep doing that until you have 8 double crochets with a chain 1 spaces. That way. Go to the next loop. You're going to do a single crochet, chain 3, go to the next loop, make a single crochet, and now you're going to do the double crochets. So yarn over and make 8 double crochets with a chain 1 space in each. So chain 1, go to the next double crochet, chain 1, go to the next double crochet, chain 1, go to the next double crochet. So do that until you have 8 double crochets. So this is how you're going to do this row. So the next one, you're going to do a single crochet, then chain 3, single crochet, then you work on the double crochets and make sure you chain 1 in between. So continue that way and I'll meet you at the end of the row. I'm done with this row. Now let's go to the next row. You're going to chain 2, 1 2 and turn your work, and now you're going to place 1 double crochet into the first double crochet stitch. So yarn over and place 1 double crochet there, chain 1, go to the next double crochet, this one, and make your double crochet, chain 1 and make another double crochet on the double crochet stitch, chain 1, and continue doing the same thing until you have 8 double crochets. Now you're going to go into the next loop and you're going to do a single crochet and go ahead to the next shell and make a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, that way. Now the next one, you're going to make a single crochet into the next loop. So repeat the same thing until the end of the row and I'll meet you after you are done. I'm done with this row. Now let's go to the last row. You're going to chain 1 and turn your work. You're going to insert your hook into the first chain 1 space and make a slip stitch, chain 3, go to the next chain 1 space, make a slip stitch, chain 3, go to the next chain 1 space, a slip stitch, chain 3. So continue that way until you get to our last chain 1 space. So this is how it looks like. You're going to slip stitch into the single crochet in here. So just insert your hook and make a slip stitch, and now you're going to chain 3 and go to the first chain 1 space, this one, and make a slip stitch, chain 3, slip stitch. So just repeat the same process until you're done with these chain 1 spaces. So go ahead and repeat the same process until you get to the end of the row. Now you're going to make 1 slip stitch into the next single crochet, chain 3, and just repeat the same thing and I'll meet you at the end of the row. I've gotten to the end of my row, so I'm just going to chain 1 and cut my yarn. that way. So this is how your work should look like. Now let's go to the next step. You're going to make the loops at this point, and they should join with these upper loops. Attach your yarn at this chain 3 space, this one, and you're going to make 3 chains, 1, 2 and 3. And now you're going to make 1 double crochet in that same space, that way. Chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and you're going to skip this space, go into this space, and you're going to make 1 double crochet, yarn over. Now place 1 double crochet into this loop, that way. You're going to chain 3, yarn over, and you're going to skip this and go into the chain 1 row and place 1 double crochet. Go to the next row, this one, place 2 double crochets, go to the next one and place 1 double crochet, chain 3, and you're going to go into the next row and place 1 double crochet, yarn over, and go into the last row, this one, and place 2 double crochets, and you're going to slip stitch into our last loop on this side, this one, that way. So this is how it should look like. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, now you're going to cut off this yarn, and you're going to reattach it back at the top here, this stitch, chain 1, and you're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch, including the chain spaces up to the end of the row. So go ahead and make single crochets. We're just trying to make it strong. That's it. Now the loops are more visible, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So go ahead and do the same on this other side. Now let's go to the next step. You're going to make a string that you're going to insert into this space. So I'm going to triple my strand because I don't want a strand that is too thin, and if you're using a medium weight yarn, you might consider doubling your strand. Now let's start. I'm going to make 120 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have made my 120 chains, so this one will go into this space, and you're going to use this to tie your top at the back of your neck. Okay, we need to cover this space, so you're going to use the yarn that you cut, the long tail that you cut, and you're going to use a darning needle, and now you're going to join. We made 6 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and the rows that we left on this side unworked was 6. So you're going to align them together, the 6th row to the 6th row on this side, the 5th to the 5th on this side, that way up to the end. When you get to the end, just come to this other side, and you're going to join on this side as well up to this point. And that is it, guys. You see how it looks like. Now let's make the straps that you're going to use to tie the back of our work. So I'm going to triple my strand, and I'm going to make 280 chains. And if you're making a small one, make 250, and for a large one, make 300. For extra large, make 330. Okay, now let's make our chains. I've finished working on my straps, so this one you're going to use to tie the back of our work. So this is how your work looks like at this point. Now let's do the one last thing. So you're going to work on the right side, and you want to line this part. So you're going to start from behind but on the right side. Okay, so you're going to insert your hook into the last stitch, not this one, this stitch at this point. Attach your yarn that way, and you're going to chain one. And now you're going to make 7 double crochets into the next row, this one. Place 7 double crochets there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now you're going to skip the next row, go to the next one and make a slip stitch. Skip the next row, this one, and on the next one make 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, that way. So next you're going to skip the next row, this one, and go to the next one and make a slip stitch. Now you're going to repeat the same thing until you get to this point, the middle point, and then I'll meet you at that point. I'm almost at the end. Okay, so I'm going to stop at this one because I only have one row and we're supposed to skip this and work on the next one. So I'm going to stop at this, and I'm just going to chain one and cut my yarn. Cut your yarn, and you're going to jump right ahead into the next part, and you're going to make a reflection of this. So we stopped at the second row, so we're going to start on the second row on this other side. So you're going to skip the first, go to the second one, and insert your hook, attach your yarn, chain one, and now you're going to skip the next row, and on the next one you're going to place your 7 double crochets. 4, 5, 6, and 7, that way. Skip the next one, and on the next one make a slip stitch, and just repeat the same thing until you get to the end. until you get to this end, then I'll meet you at that point. I'm at the end, so I'm just going to slip stitch into the last row here, chain 1 and cut my yarn that way, and then I'll go ahead and remove the loose ends. So that is it, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on my next video. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe and click the notification bell. So thank you so much. Goodbye.